Where am I being too hard on myself and why? That is today's June Tarot for Growth Challenge, day 16. It doesn't really matter when you're seeing this, whenever you find this, it's meant for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is a collective reading, but the question we're going to be asking is, where am I being too hard on myself and why? If you want the full June, the full 30-day prompts for the June Tarot for Growth Challenge, you can click the link in the description below and just sign up for my email, and it'll be emailed to you. That way you can work through these self-growth prompts on your own. But if you do pull the cards instead of just listening to the collective reading, I'd love to hear what you pull and what you are growing through. Okay, so for the collective that's watching this today, where are they being too hard on themselves and why? By the way, I'm Sarah with Life with Training Wheels. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, which it's a pretty new channel, so I bet most of you are, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And if you are returning, thank you for returning. Go ahead and give me a like, subscribe, and definitely sign up for the June Tarot for Growth posts, challenge to get all 30 in a row, all 30 all at once. Okay, anyway. Where are they being too hard on themselves and why? Okay. 5 of Swords. So I feel like you're being too hard on yourself for feeling like you need to have boundaries, right? 5 of Swords is a card of conflict, right? Like, if you look, there's just been this battle. That guy, he's all proud that he won the battle, but I feel like you're being too hard on yourself for feeling like you need to defend yourself, for having boundaries, for maybe telling people no, like you're feeling maybe some guilt or something about that. You're feeling bad, or maybe you're being too hard on yourself because maybe you're noticing that you're too like argumentative, like you're too you feel like you're too quick to take things personally or something like that. Like you're too quick to have to defend your position, maybe because that is a pattern that you've learned and that has served you well in your past, in your childhood, things like that. Like you always felt like you were on guard and like you had to defend yourself. And now that you're an adult, you realize that that's not always the truth, that you don't always have to defend yourself, that people aren't always out to get you. And maybe you're just now realizing that, and you're being really hard on yourself for that realization that you perhaps are too quick to assume that people are out to get you. So there's really those two messages that I'm getting from this, where am I being too hard on myself, is number one, you're being hard on yourself, potentially, some of you, for having to have boundaries and put up your boundaries and enforce the boundaries, and therefore it appears that there is conflict when you're enforcing your boundaries. Some people respect boundaries, some people really struggle with having boundaries set like against them, right? So that's one group. The other group, I really feel like the message coming through is that you're realizing a self-sabotaging behavior that you've carried with you since childhood about being on the defensive even when perhaps you don't need to be. Thinking that taking things personally when they really don't need to be taken personally. So the second part of this is, why are you being too hard on yourself? And it is because the Six of Swords came out. So this card is about moving from, unstill waters to still waters. It is about transformation, right? Letting go of old ideas, of old habits. Can also indicate going on an actual physical journey, but that doesn't really fit the question that we're asking. So why you're being too hard on yourself. So perhaps with the first group with boundaries, or both groups, right? Like both groups, you're being too hard on yourself because maybe you have lived in these choppy waters for so long that it's comfortable, right? And you're in this phase of transitioning, of realizing you need to have more boundaries, realizing you need to stick to your boundaries, or realizing that you've been taking things personally and not having boundaries, or these other self-sabotaging behaviors, they've caused this rough water, and you're moving towards this more still water, but you're moving from the familiar to the unfamiliar, right? So you're being hard on yourself because you're really like in a grieving period. Like anytime we're going through some type of transformation, or claiming our own inner peace, right? Like it's going to affect everybody else around us, and they don't always like it because they know us as the person that they know us as. So anytime that we try to better ourselves, we try to change ourselves, there will be those people cheering us on and seeing what we're doing, but there will be other people that don't quite see it. All they see is that we're changing, and so they'll, we'll feel the judgment from them. We'll feel this animosity from them, this challenge, right, from them. And so we then can internalize that and feel guilty for setting boundaries, or feel guilty for having taken things too personally and reacted in a way that we didn't need to. But we are, in this phase of transition, and we're being hard on ourselves just because it's unfamiliar. Anytime we are trying to be somebody new, we have to grieve the old us. And so that could be why you're being hard on yourself. It's kind of like well, do I even deserve this peace? Am I worthy of this peace? Am I worthy of this better place? Or like, because of X, Y, and Z, should I stay here in these choppy waters where they're familiar? Like, is this my karma? Is this what I deserve? No, we all deserve the calm, peaceful waters, right? So that could be why you're being hard on yourself. And it's hard to let go of old habits and patterns and everything, and it is a journey. It is a journey. Anytime we improve ourselves, it is a journey, and there is no destination, right? We're always going to be improving ourselves. So enjoy the journey. Don't feel bad about having to set boundaries where you need to set boundaries. Don't feel bad about perhaps having realizations of self-sabotaging behaviors that you've had in the past, and coming to these realizations about where these patterns have held you back in your life. Don't feel guilty for that. Don't be hard on yourself. Like the whole point is to learn and grow, and you're doing great. So I hope this message finds you well today. Comment below if this does resonate with you, and don't forget to get your full 30-day list of prompts by clicking the link to sign up for my email list below. And you can check out one of these videos to continue learning from me. I hope you have a great day.